Hey, what's going on? Keith from Trigger Happy. Going to take a look at two of what are, in my opinion, the best options for competitive pistols. And I know a lot of people out there, run Glock 19s, Glock 17s, different things like that. I'm not a big Glock fan, and everybody knows what Glock has to offer. So, I'm starting to see different guns creep up in our local IDPA matches. Other than 1911s and things like that. So I'm going to hit two of the most popular that are out there for the competitive shooting world and kind of the pros and cons to each one. We'll start with the gun that I have the most experience with, and that is the M&P Pro Series. I bought this gun probably 6 months to a year ago. Shot several hundred rounds through it. Some of the highlights of the gun, it's the standard M&P setup with a few refinements, so to speak. This is a 5-inch barrel, so you're getting a little longer than the standard 4 1/4-inch barrel that most M&Ps have. Got a Novak fiber optic front sight. Really like the sight picture here with those Novak sights, which are very high quality, easy to pick up. It's a green fiber optic sight. I do like that. The back straps, which we've discussed on previous videos, have a different stippling to them. Just a really nice, kind of a slightly abrasive feel to them. You get 3 back strap options in the box. I believe I have the small on here now. It's just a really well-balanced gun. Again, at 27 ounces, I like that. Picatinny rail in the front. In the Pro Series, you get an upgraded trigger. So they say. This has always been a complaint of the M&P series, and I have the same complaint. Very gritty feeling. It's always been that way, even again in this Pro Series. But it has a decent break and a lighter pull to it than the standard M&P. But that grittiness, I mean, you can hear it. It's a problem. It's definitely the downside to the M&P series. What comes in the kit? 2 17-round magazines, your changeable back straps. That's it. This gun has a retail price of, probably south of $600, maybe $580, or even slightly less, depending upon where you find it. But that's what you get with the Pro Series 5-inch M&P. Have I had problems with it? No, I have yet to have any malfunctions with this gun. It's ran quite well. Happy there. Your other option that's pretty popular, just talked about that. Springfield XDM. This is the 5.25, 5.1/4 inch model. I like Springfield. I'm a big fan of XDM. I really like the feel of this particular gun. Slightly longer barrel, about a 1/4 inch longer than the M&P series. Feels a little more top heavy to me. Maybe it's because of that longer barrel. I'm not sure. You've still got a fiber optic sight, which is red here. You can see that. In my opinion, doesn't pick up quite as well as the green, but it's still very serviceable. These are fully adjustable sights, which I like. You'll notice the barrel here. There's cutaway for weight savings, which is cool. It's got an overall really nice look to it. You've got your loaded chamber indicator, your striker indicator showing that the gun is cocked. The trigger on this, now again, my opinion, but the trigger on this is a much nicer pull. There's a little more bring up, but you can even hear it. There's not that graininess. And it's just a crisper feeling trigger in my opinion. Some people are not a fan of the grip safety, as I've mentioned in other reviews. I like the grip safety. I've never had a problem with it. I think it's fine. If you don't like it, it's passive. Your hand's on the gun regardless, so what's the big deal? Just my opinion. Not as big of a fan of the grip texturing, even though I do like it. I prefer the M&P style, maybe just a little softer feel to it. But I love the 1911 grip angle of the XDM really, really well. Talking about firepower, in this particular kit, you get 3 19 rounds of 9mm magazines. That is phenomenal. Really nice that they include that third magazine, because for most guns, that's probably required equipment if you're going to shoot competitively, and you know, you're talking $40 plus depending upon where you find it. So always nice to have the inclusion of a third magazine. You also get, as in every XDM, you get their loading tool, you get the changeable back straps. I can dig these out here that come with it. Which is again similar to the Smith & Wesson model. You get your magazine holster, which is nice, and your, again, basic holster, nothing special. Pop this out here, but certainly serviceable, you know, nothing wrong with it. So this package retails just south of $700. So you've got about $100 price difference. Which sounds like quite a bit when the guns are so similar in terms of, you know, the firearm itself. But consider that I had to go buy a basic paddle holster. Here's just a simple little Phobos holster, probably $30. And then a just basic magazine carrier. There's another $25 probably. And then that third magazine, there's another $35 to $40. So I made up the $100 really quick in the M&P series. So, you know, it's kind of your personal preference. You know, I prefer maybe the grip angle. I prefer the trigger certainly on the Springfield. I shoot the Springfield really, really well. But I prefer maybe the grip texturing, the feel, and I definitely like that Novak sight option on the M&P. The downside of the M&P, again, I'm gonna have to buy all those accessories unless you already own an M&P. You know, that's a cost you're gonna have to deal with. On the Springfield, it's all right in the box, but the accessory quality is maybe not great, so you'll probably end up replacing some of those anyway. So check them out. If you're looking for a competitive pistol, or even a great home defense gun, this is just kind of my take on your two best options if you want to avoid Glock and you don't want to spend a fortune on a Nighthawk or something crazy in a 1911 style. I like either one of these guns. They shoot great, they're reliable, and when it comes to home defense or in competition, that's the best, you know, best thing you can say about a gun is it functions, you know. That's the most important thing, so, and these will both do it. So, thanks again for watching. Keith from Trigger Happy. Have a good one.